Howdy squad, we're back here and we're gonna talk about neurons a little bit farther here. If you don't say after you drink something, it doesn't actually taste good. But yeah, that honey lemon ginger I think tea's tasting pretty damn good right now. But neurons are named based off of two things. So function, structure are how neurons name. So functional neurons, we've already touched on a few of these, so this should be a breeze. But afferent neurons, inner neurons, which we haven't touched on, and then efferent neurons. So afferent neurons are sensory neurons. Sensor information, sensory receptors take information obviously from the sensory receptors to the central nervous system, and that's really it with the afferent neurons. The afferent neuron, which is a functional neuron, another functional neuron is called the interneuron. So interneuron, aka association neurons, they're located between afferent and efferent neurons. So they're kind of like the middleman, if you will, between the efferent and afferent neurons. They are always located within the central nervous system. So you're never going to see them floating in your fingers or anything. They're always in the brain or spinal cord. Interneurons, aka association neurons, are. And then last but certainly not least, the third functional neuron we're going to discuss is the efferent neuron. This is the motor neurons. Information gets sent from the central nervous system to the effector. And so those are the three functional neurons. And then we also have structural neurons, and these are differentiated based upon the number of cytoplasmic extensions. So we have unipolar neurons, bipolar neurons, and then multipolar neurons here. So bipolar neurons, they don't have anything to do with bipolar disease, the form of anxiety or form of mental health. So don't try to make any connection, because there isn't. And if there is, it's kind of it's all an illusion. It's all fugazi. That's another movie quote. Please get on my levels here. But structural neurons, the unipolar neurons, obviously have one cytoplasmic extension. So this cytoplasmic extension, there's the cell body, and there's one cytoplasmic extension. However, one portion is an axonal portion, another portion of the cell or a cytoplasmic extension would be the dendritic portion. So one cytoplasmic extension, however, one part of it does act as the axonal portion. The other portion of the cytoplasmic extensions acts as the dendritic portion. So that's the unipolar neurons. Excuse me. And then we have bipolar neurons, which obviously there's two cytoplasmic extensions. So we have the cell body. One cytoplasmic extension acts as the dendrite. Another cytoplasmic extension acts as the axon. And now it feels like I'm singing. You don't know you're beautiful. That's what makes you beautiful. Yeah. But anyways, the bipolar. What the hell was I even talking about? My mind just goes, and we're just dancing sometimes up here. Dancing with the deer. Dance with the deer. And that's what it's all about. The bipolar neurons, two cytoplasmic extensions, got the dendrite portion, got the axon portion, and this is the rarest form of a neuron here. So now we're going to talk about the most popular or most common type of neuron. It's the multipolar neuron. So obviously multipolar has multiple cytoplasmic extensions, and all neurons have one axon. So these the multipolar neurons, which are very common, they do have multiple dendrites and one axon. So multiple dendrites, information that's getting sent to the soma, and then only one axon that's sending information away from the soma there. So the afferent neurons, they're usually going to be unipolar neurons. They sometimes can be bipolar. The interneurons, aka association neurons, they're always going to be multipolar. And then the efferent neurons, they're always going to be multipolar neurons as well too. So those are the functional neurons and structural neurons. Functional, we got afferent neurons, interneuron, and efferent neurons. And then the structural neurons, we got unipolar neurons, bipolar neurons, and multipolar neurons. Boom. Boom, baby!